Professor, há um certo consenso de que os governos do PT agiram dentro das regras democráticas no Brasil. Aqui não tivemos nada parecido com o que aconteceu na Venezuela, ou na Nicarágua, ou mesmo em Cuba. No entanto, os líderes do partido, os líderes do PT, têm muita dificuldade ou se recusam a denunciar ditaduras que são de esquerda, ditaduras que são do seu campo político. Como que o senhor analisa esse fenômeno? Por que o senhor acha que é tão difícil a esquerda democrática romper com a esquerda não democrática?
That's a great question. Hugo Chavez did something. He took a page out of Fidel Castro's playbook. One of the most brilliant things that Fidel Castro did was stitch himself and his revolution and his government into the Latin American identity. So in the 1960s and 1970s, you could not call yourself a leftist in Latin America if you did not accept, endorse, embrace Cuba, particularly in its fight against the United States. Chavez did the same thing. Chavez worked very hard at this, and he stitched himself into the identity of the Latin American left, such that it became very difficult for any self-respecting leftist activist in any country in Latin America to call himself left and really criticize frontally Chavez and the regime. And tragically, even as Venezuela has descended into horrendous rights violating dictatorship, one that has killed more than Pinochet, the left can't break away from it, and it's really very. But I think it's very, and this is true of every left in Latin America. You see elements of distancing with Boris, which I think is very good in Chile, but in general, it's a problem for the left at the grassroots level everywhere. I think, but we have to pay attention to it's hypocritical, but pay attention to the difference between domestic behavior and this sort of foreign policy rhetoric. Even the left in Uruguay, which is unquestionably democratic, one of the most stable democratic countries in Latin America, even there, the left has difficulty openly denouncing, or as the elements of the Frente Amplio have difficulty denouncing Venezuela. So the PT, it's too bad. It's a shame. It's embarrassing for me. The PT has difficulty breaking with Venezuela, but that does not mean that it would govern as an authoritarian party. Just as the Uruguayan left is totally democratic in Uruguay, the Brazilian left, and it governed for more than a decade, and Lula himself governed for 8 years. We know that it's a party that governs and plays